In the desert sands, where for a century fortunes have gushed from the earth as black gold, a new type of well is now being drilled. It doesn't draw up fossil fuels, but something far more precious in the 21st century: computational intelligence. Saudi Arabia, the petroleum kingdom, has just laid one of the largest wagers in history on the table: $15 billion. That sum surpasses the gross domestic product of dozens of nations, and this isn't to purchase a football club or another skyscraper. It's the down payment on a strategy with a single purpose: to command the future of artificial intelligence. Why is a nation founded on petroleum staking its very future on technology? What precisely do they intend to control? And the ultimate question: should the rest of the world be captivated or utterly terrified? In the coming minutes, we will unpack the Saudi master plan, and I guarantee after this, you'll never look at AI the same way again. Vision 2030, Beyond Petroleum. To grasp this colossal wager, you first have to understand an inconvenient truth for the kingdom. Petroleum, its century-long source of power, has a shelf life. The world is pivoting toward renewable energy, and the Saudi leadership, spearheaded by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, are no fools. They recognize that without action, their nation risks fading into irrelevance. And their response is this blueprint, Vision 2030. Vision 2030 is arguably the most ambitious national overhaul in history. The strategy is to morph Saudi Arabia from a petrostate into a global hub for technology, tourism, and finance. They've poured hundreds of billions into futuristic cities, sports franchises, and tourism ventures. But they've come to realize that all these initiatives share a common thread: a single technology that will supercharge them all: artificial intelligence. AI isn't just one more vertical in their portfolio. It is the operating system for their future. And they've resolved that they won't be mere consumers of Silicon Valley technology. They demand a seat at the ownership table. The anatomy of the $15 billion plan. So, how exactly does one spend $15 billion to command AI? Their strategy, powered by their colossal public investment fund, the PIF, rests on three core pillars. Pillar 1: forging the mecca of hardware. The world's most potent AI doesn't run on your laptop. It requires a colossal computing infrastructure. And the Saudis are erecting a silicon oasis in the desert. Massive chip acquisition. They have become one of the world's top buyers of NVIDIA's most powerful chips, the H100s and now the B200s. They are stockpiling the fuel for AI ahead of everyone else. Gargantuan data centers. They are plowing billions into constructing next-generation data centers, leveraging their vast open spaces and solar power to enhance their sustainability. Strategic partnerships. They're forging alliances with titans like Microsoft and Google to help erect this infrastructure. The rationale is straightforward. To become an AI superpower, you must first possess the supercomputers. They are laying the superhighways and building the refineries for the new digital petroleum. Pillar 2: acquiring global talent. Even the finest supercomputer is worthless without the minds to operate it. Saudi Arabia has a small population, and while it is investing heavily in education, it knows it cannot afford to wait. The solution? On screen, a stack of bills morphs into an AI scientist. Poach the talent. They are offering compensation and research packages so lucrative they are nearly impossible to turn down for top-tier AI engineers and researchers from Silicon Valley, London, and Beijing. Institutions like the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, KAUST, are becoming talent magnets, backed by virtually limitless resources. Their approach is clear. If we can't develop the world's best quickly enough, we'll make them an offer they can't refuse. Pillar 3: bankroll the revolution and own the outcome. This is the most critical pillar. The PIF, their sovereign wealth fund, isn't just building domestically. It's leveraging its billions to acquire stakes in the future of AI across the globe. Startup investments. They are funneling hundreds of millions into the most promising AI startups from the US and Europe. They have emerged as one of the world's most significant venture capital players. Knowledge acquisition. Their objective isn't merely financial returns. Every investment grants them a seat at the table, providing access to state-of-the-art technology, product blueprints, and strategic insights which they can then import and replicate back in the kingdom. Forging a national champion. The ultimate objective here is to leverage the hardware and talent to build their own proprietary large language model, their own Saudi OpenAI, capable of competing with the established titans. They aren't just investing in AI. They are using their capital to purchase a decade's worth of innovation in just a few years. And this is where the narrative shifts from a fascinating business strategy to a complex geopolitical conundrum. On one hand, there's the optimistic take. This massive infusion of capital could be a tremendous boon for innovation. They could fund audacious, long-term projects that Silicon Valley venture capitalists fixated on rapid returns wouldn't dare to touch. This could fast-track cures for diseases or solutions to climate change. But on the flip side, there is the pessimistic outlook, the one that should give us pause. Ethics and human rights. The question many in the West are asking is, what does it mean for one of history's most transformative technologies to be championed and controlled by an authoritarian regime with a deeply questionable human rights record? Censorship and information control. What will an AI be like when it's trained in an ecosystem where free expression is severely curtailed? Will it be a vehicle for open knowledge, or an unparalleled weapon of propaganda and surveillance? A new power axis. If their gambit succeeds, the technological balance of power, now centered on the US-China axis, could be dramatically upended. Saudi Arabia could emerge as a third pole, selling or licensing its technology to other nations, forging new alliances and dependencies. This is not merely an investment strategy. It is an attempt to rewrite the very rules of global power for the 21st century. Saudi Arabia's plan is the largest, most audacious, and most compelling wager of our era, an effort to transmute the wealth of the past, petroleum, into the power of the future, AI. Grasping these capital flows, geopolitical ambitions, and ethical quandaries is absolutely essential for anyone operating in business, finance, or technology. To disregard it is to ignore the seismic shifts happening right beneath your feet. If you want to keep receiving analysis that goes beyond the headlines and deciphers the real power plays, subscribe to AI Business. It's your strategic briefing for this new era. If you found value in this video, remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop your questions and comments below. Your engagement fuels our drive to keep creating high-value content for you. We'll see you in the next AI Business video.